Hey everybody, it's her here. I'm Economics Reimagined, and I have with me
Him,
who is
her incredible, invincible man.
there you go. Okay, I'm saying her and him. I know him and her flows better, but it's really all about her, right? Okay.
Absolutely, because I don't want to be here.
We're going to talk a little bit today about our marriage, which is started a long, long time ago. And I guess it goes back to that fateful night, December the 9th, 1964. Or maybe before that. What's your first
Yes,
what's your first memory of me?
my first memory of you is when we were at a ball game in farm life playing baseball, and it was hot. You came up with some shorts on, and I thought you looked good. And I didn't pay attention to you until I got to be 16,
Well,
and I wanted to ask you out for a date, but was afraid to. So I asked my cousin and very good friend to ask you out for a date
mhm.
because as a 16-year-old, I had a lot of deep philosophical questions, and I thought you would be real good to answer and help me work through these issues.
Yeah, I remember
So
that.
I so I invited you out.
Well, she
She no,
invited,
she did. She did.
right, and which I thought about that. Why do I want to go out with somebody that can't even ask me themselves? But I had been asked out a couple of times before by boys that I didn't want to go out with. I didn't think anybody wanted to go out with. And I decided it's time to take it up a notch. And so you looked at least up a notch. So I accepted. And the rest is history, right? Because I did accept your date.
Well, it's nice to know that I was right next to the bottom
Where
of
was it?
is not being number one, it's being the least bad of number three. Just
Well, that
all a
still
matter,
puts you
all
on top.
yeah, yeah. I'm right above the devil and Hitler.
Well, you've gotten higher up through the years. But I do remember the first
Oh,
time I
good.
noticed you was we changed buses at a local store because some people had to go to the elementary school, which was Farm Life, and some people had to go to the high school, which was Williamston. So on one rainy day, I was sitting on my bus because I think it was time to go home, and we were on different buses going home. And I saw you getting on the bus because everybody always ran in the store to get some candy or something real quick. And you had on a green London fog raincoat, which at the time, everybody who had birthdays, everybody else got together and bought them a navy blue London fog. So everybody had navy blue London fog raincoats. That was the status symbol in elementary school. And you had a green one. So I knew you were different. And that has borne itself out over the years.
Well,
Okay.
um,
How about our first date? Remember?
oh yeah, we went with Freddie and Sherry, and we went to the movie in Washington, the old Turnage Theater, which I do not believe I'd ever been to before. And the movie was probably fairly cheap. I don't recall us having gone out to eat prior to that. I'm sure I bought you a drink and a popcorn. I was a big
Um,
spender. And we got home after 11 o'clock because it's about a 30-minute drive from Washington, and it was a double feature. And none of the four had sense enough to say, you know what, we need to leave. Let's don't watch the second one. So we sat there and watched the second one. Got my money's worth.
yeah, neither one of us was very assertive at the time. I know my daddy was mad because I got back so late, but he didn't tell me what time to get back. So I explained the situation. But as they say, the rest is history.
Yeah.
And we'll let you know a little more about the history as we go along, if you like to return.
With
So,
me,
well, I'm talking about them, but I can make you return, or excuse me, I can ask you to return. So This is her signing off. Home Economics Reimagined. And
H.I.M, human involvement mandatory.
bye.
Bye.